Hello guys, welcome to another one of my Battle Breakers videos. In this video I'm going to be looking into the Cryosteel Golem, a knight from the monster pit. As always, a huge, amazing, massive thank you to everyone out there using my supporter creator code Loke Hansen in the Epic Games launcher, in the Battle Breakers game. Wherever you are playing, I'm deeply honored about your support. Remember that a portion of sales goes to me when you use my supporter creator code or link. It is a knight and not an assault bot, which I would really like it to be. It's a water element and it has the best stats in the game, like when we're talking affinity for hit points and attack. So that is pretty huge. I've been putting a little bit into the hero, but not that much, because all else equal, it is probably gonna go back into the monster pit. It has a special skill that deals damage to a target and damage to nearby enemies, stunning enemies for 5 turns and creating water terrain. And water terrain is huge for this one because it will increase the defense based on the hero's attack points for each water terrain on the map. It will then add defense on top of its attack, but capped at a number. So whenever you're playing with a lot of water terrain, you're gonna be really boosting up with the Cryosteel Golem. It also has a team perk that is pretty cool. One of the reasons you may want to be playing with it, in that you will be resisting stuns up to 4 turns. So that is massive. Heroes will get 30% max hit points, and terrain damage and healing from water terrain is gonna be doubled. But we're now in the very first room in the Forgotten Lands 2211. Cryosteel Golem is the boss that we are facing, and this is the group I'm coming in here with, just trying to see if we can make the Cryosteel shine a little bit. Boosting up with Saracen Disciple, we have more defense, and then I'm just gonna try to stun things. And if you noticed, all of the opponents went on a 1-turn cooldown. This is very important to note because it explains how the resist stun up to 4 turns actually works. It means that the first 4 turns of any stun will be removed, not if you stun for more than 4 turns it will work. So we're stunning everything for 5 turns, but they're just getting stunned 1 turn. So that is how it works. If anything fires a stun against your group that has 4 turns or lower, it won't count. And hopefully we will get some fun out of Cryosteel Golem. Gonna try to see if we can do some stunning in here as well. Boosting up defense, then boosting up stuns for 2 turns, like that. And then we really have things locked down, and we can try to use the Cryosteel Golem if we want to stun even more. Or we can just break some crystals because they are stunned already. So now I can choose to try to see if I can deal damage and area damage and stun for 5 turns as well, to see if we do anything that is interesting here. I'm just hitting this one, and Claire didn't get any. I don't think that was a counter attack. Okay, so she did get a 5-turn stun, so that is actually a pretty nice size on the nearby enemies. So once again, in with a room here, just boosting up so we can throw a few things back, stunning everything with Arctic Wolf Trygg. And the reason why I brought in Arctic Wolf and Cryosteel Golem was just because, in my opinion, Cryosteel Golem is an inferior stunner compared to Arctic Wolf Trygg. The cooldown on Arctic Wolf is only 2 turns, and he has a high chance of double striking, which means that you're very likely to stun things for 4 turns every 2 turns. And with the Cryosteel Golem, we just don't have the same options. We have a long cooldown, we do have a longer stun duration, but in order for you to get really crazy pains out of him, you need to boost up the mana like crazy, or play with mana boosting heroes. We have the Noble Guardian, we have Wavecaller Jön, we have Sky Pirate Varus. You kind of need something else to feed him with mana in order to keep him up and running, because high mana cost and high cooldown, at least based on how I consider the hero. So you want him for the anti-stun, you want him for the water terrain boost because it will boost up attacks as well. There are a lot of great things to say about the Cryosteel Golem. It is one of the best heroes in the game, definitely. But for me, it hasn't really been one of those heroes where I was this is going to change how I play the game. Some heroes do that. Lady Sun, Arctic Wolf, Sarah Sun Disciple, they are like game-changing heroes to have in my opinion. So is Gabriel the Dauntless. The Cryosteel Golem is just a cool water tank you can bring into a lot of different missions, and if you know you're going to be facing a lot of stunning, he's ideal to bring in as your main tank. I feel so. Anyway, if you feel differently, be sure to put it down there in the comments. I would love to know if there are like things I haven't been attentionate about. But as you can see here, I targeted in the upper left corner with the Cryosteel Golem, and I stunned about half the board. So the other half of the board didn't get any stun. When I use Arctic Wolf Trygg, I stun the entire board. If you're gonna be taking crazy damage, then yeah, Cryosteel is your go-to guy. But this is gonna be interesting. We don't have a lot of area damage here, so the mirrors and the Sarahs are gonna be buffing up on both sides of the team. But we have stun. The opponent does not have stun, so this is gonna be a little interesting. I don't think I've had many battles like that. Okay. What is this step? Alright, so now we're going. Okay. Oh, okay. Holy moly, guys, look at this. Every time we got a reflection, we stashed up an attack on Lady Sun. She's gonna clear the freaking board now just because she had reflected attacks. I have never ever seen anything like this. Look at the amount of shots we're getting out of Lady Sun. I mean, she was the carry already, don't get me wrong. But this is... I have never seen that much damage output from Lady Sun in a single round. I mean, this is it's the same turn, we're still going. She is spraying all over the place, man. Okay, new turn. Oh my beepness. It was the activating shot. It was the activating shot. It was not one of her shots. It was actually the ability activating shot that got reflected that has replicated. She's wow. This is the easiest I've ever won 22-11, guys. That was crazy. Oh man, that was insane. So anyway, guys, that was 22-11 with the Cryosteel Golem, but this is not where you're gonna be playing most of the time. So alright guys, so in a fire map such as this is where the Cryosteel Golem could shine. It's a water element hero, you're up against fire, you will take less damage and you will deal more damage. Does the Cryosteel Golem shine here? Unfortunately, no. In my opinion, it is too slow. When I normally farm, I use area of effect damage, but the cooldown on the Cryosteel just doesn't compare to things like Seiya, Gabriel the Dauntless, Kalis the Branded that deal a lot of good area damage every single turn. So in my opinion, it kind of blows for this. That's just my thoughts on that. Let's try a water element trial instead where we have stuns. Alright, so we're now in the water element trial and we have Lifebringer Cilicia. So how can we on auto defeat this map better? I used the 5-turn stun, so that could be a good thing. Getting Cilicia stunned full 5 turns could be cool because then she won't be resurrecting things. Bad thing is that in most Cilicia battles, she kind of tends to heal up, and she has a decent amount of mana when you're playing up against her. You can see she's just healing up once again, and if I lock the board to water, which it already is, but if I do, she will get the benefit of it as well. It will make it harder for me to defeat water element opponents as well. So as an anti-water hero, it also struggles a little bit in that you give the opponents more healing as well when they act on a color map. So all in all, guys, man, Cryosteel Golem, is it a good hero? It is an amazing hero. It really is. The stat affinity on it is beyond comparison. It is crazy, insane, amazing. But you want it as one of those rare tactical strategic units that you will pull out for a very, very specific battle. So anyway, guys, that was pretty much what I had to share about the Cryosteel Golem. The last thing that I'm gonna do is to go into my monster pit and put him in there because it has been tried, tested, and enjoyed, and Even though it is a great hero, it didn't really live up to my expectations, mostly because I kind of pushed past where I have hard things to do in the game. So if we're lucky, we're going to be getting some challenges in the future where it will be key to have a hero such as the Cryosteel. On the other hand, it is so hard to get for players. You need to get high up in the monster pit. So part of me wants to need this, the other part of me wants to have a lot of the challenges in the game completable also by non-hardcore grinding players. That was what I had to share in this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. As always, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your support, joining, liking, sharing, subscribing. I love you guys.